Hello. Welcome to the live. I thought I'd do a quick Friday live on my day off. Sitting here chilling. Well, I'm not really chilling. I'm doing some balloon arches for a party tomorrow. Let me say some pleasantries. Good morning, Miss AKA. Good morning, Living for Me 75. Good morning, Queen Script. It's so good to have you guys in the live with me today. I want to talk really fast about Dr. Umar Johnson. And I want you guys to let's have some conversation back and forth, and let's see what y'all think. If y'all thinking the same thing I'm thinking about Dr. Umar Johnson and this Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey school that doesn't exist, probably will never exist. And then let's end it on a little bit of old Donald Trump, and then we'll close it out for the day. Those are the only two things we're going to talk about today. Primarily, we're going to talk about old Dr. Umar Johnson, one of the grifters of America. Fair use. Some material in this video is used under U.S. Copyright Fair Use, Section 107, for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Today, we will be providing commentary and a whole lot of criticism with a little bit of judge on it, okay? We're going to just add some of that with that. What Queen Script says, it's over for him. I agree. It's over. He should have stopped a long time ago. His grift is over. His story, it's not gonna it's not gonna end well for him. So at this point, he should just move on with his life. That's what I believe. I think he should just go on with whatever he got going, whatever that looks like. He has a master's degree, has a doctorate. He needs to just go on and work under those two things, and he'll be okay. All views expressed in this live are alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. I don't know if any of this is true. All of this is just some fun and games, just for entertainment. We come down here to have a good little kiki, and then we're going about our lives, because most of us are living real lives and doing real things and touching grass and outside and taking flights and doing those things. So when we come over here, this is just for fun, because we all have a life, I believe. So don't get in your feelings. Don't take nothing that's said over here personal, because I promise you, after I get through saying, I'm pretty much done with it. I don't rehash a lot of crap. That's just who I am. That's just the Sagittarius in me. I don't go back and forth and rehash crap. This doesn't make sense. So let's get started. Please like, share, and subscribe to this page if possible. And let's just start. I'm going to start with this one.
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Let's play that one more time so y'all will know.
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
He told us back in 2024 that all lies will be exposed. I took him that he meant what he was saying. I really, really did. I need to stop clacking my nails on this desk. But yeah, all lies are going to be exposed. You cannot keep up with the same lie and think it's going to profit you anything. So let's go real quick over here and let's see what the old doctor's talking about.
I'm at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. The accounts are still frozen. We're looking into it. The accounts are still frozen, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to hear back Friday. That sounds like Monday to me. The bank is giving us the runaround. We ain't got our check back. So we're about to operate attorneys. Attorneys is about to get involved, because we were told that when your account gets canceled, you're supposed to get your refund check for the amount that was in the account. We have not received that yet.
Let's talk about frozen accounts. There are only a few people that freezes your account. One would be the U.S. government. That will be the biggest person in America who's going to freeze your account. The IRS. Those people freeze accounts. Let's see who else may freeze your account. They suspect fraud, they'll freeze your account. I don't know. Let's listen a little bit more of his story about frozen accounts.
So there's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. There's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters, but we're going to take care of all that.
Okay.
Stay patient. Stay positive. Stay patient. Stay positive. They messing with our bills. They messing with our automatic payments. They messing up a lot of stuff with this frozen account. They froze me and they froze the school. They froze me and they froze the school. But that's all right.
Okay. They froze me and they froze the school. They froze me. Okay, we repeat it so you can get it, right? Repetitive speaking normally kind of drills it home, right? So he says it again as though it makes it more relevant than it was the first time. Hey, Symmetry, happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, you guys. Happy Fridays. Queen Script, courts and governments are usually the two entities that are able to freeze your account. Those are the entities that freeze accounts. Courts and government. They are the only two people who freeze your accounts. Banks can put your account on hold. They can freeze it. But for the most part, there is something that comes down from a higher power that gives them permission to freeze your account. They're just not going into your account, freezing, not typically. Now, Wendy Williams has a special case. She signed a little document that says that they could, suspected some things. They could take action, and Wells Fargo did. I'm not sure who Dr. Johnson banks with, but they froze his accounts. What school? The school, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School, FDMG is what he calls it. That he supposedly was collecting money from, and I want to say his intentions, he was starting it. Hold on a minute. What year did he start? Now I'm gonna have to Google. I pull out the Googlers. I will pull out the Googlers. There you go, Symmetry. There you go. What year did Dr. Umar Johnson start his school? That he said he started it. He's been collecting money, they say, for 15 years. He's supposed to be started in 2014. It is now 2025, right? So that'll be 11 years. It doesn't give a date. It just says 2014. So that means 11 years he's been starting on this school that has not come in. There is no school. Definitely. It's on paper. That's the only place. Let's get back over here and listen to what else he had to say on this little bank freezing situation.
That's all right. We're going to stay patient. We're going to stay positive, and we're going to see what they say on Friday, no later than Monday. Right. But we need our check back so we can open up a new account and keep the ball rolling. We need our check back so we can open up a new account and keep the ball rolling. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things. I'm only going to say this to the Ifa Tunde faithful. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things.
More of the repetitive story, the more, say it again, repeat. Because if I say it again, it makes it more credible than it was the first time I said it. What was right living for me. Okay, AKA, let us know when you come out the bushes, baby. Don't stay in the bushes too long. Don't hide. Come out the closet. Just playing with you.
But I'm going to say this to the Ifa Tunde faithful.
Ifa Tunde faithfuls.
Don't get put in the book of Negroes.
If you get stuck on the melody, or if you just feel like you can't get a song started, Output's co-producer is very dope. They make it much easier for us to either get in.
Don't get put in the book of Negroes.
Don't get put in the book of Negroes.
Ooh, Lord Jesus. I wonder what that looks
Don't get put in the book of Negroes. Brothers and sisters,
I wonder, is the book of Negroes, is it like the book of life, like what Jesus has, that he said he's writing down what you've done in the flesh. And when you get to heaven, he's going to open it up and read to you all of your deeds. I wonder, is the book of Negroes like that? Anybody know? He's aggravating. He definitely is aggravating. He's a good joke too. He's a good joke. All this is alleged, y'all. This is in my opinion, and it's all for entertainment. We just down here to have a little kiki. That's it. We just down here to have a little laugh for Friday. It's Friday. I'm in a good mood. Are y'all in a good mood? Girl, let's continue with this story.
As we get ready for August the 21st, Haitian Revolution Day, Nat Turner Revolution Day, George Jackson Revolution Day, birth of Black Jesus, and birth of Ifa Tunde. As we get closer to August.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Stop the presses. Back up. Okay, so August the 21st is Ifa Tunde Day. That's him. Is the birth of Black Jesus. Queen Scrap, how you know? I mean, he just spit out a bunch of stuff. Here's what gets me though with Umar Johnson. If you indeed have been collecting money, which we know you have, we know you've been grifting, and in your grifting, you've collected thousands of dollars, right? This man is not an everyday man. This man holds degrees. He holds, he's very well educated. He's very versed, but he continues to get out here and just, I don't know. Maybe he's using the money to travel with. Maybe he's using it to hold these festivals, and celebrations. I'm not sure, but we do know there's a school in where he lives, or in the state, I think it's Delaware, that isn't open. It hasn't been open, but he's been collecting money since 2024 to open the school. Why is he so angry? Girl, he's angry because the bank done locked up his accounts. He can't get to his money. He cannot get to his money. And you know, when you can't get to your money, it make you a little antsy. We're gonna get to why he can't get to his money in a minute. Who's the author of the book of Negroes? Where can I get it? I know I want a copy. And is it a book that comes later? Like it hasn't been fully, transcribed and authored? Is several authors putting this book together? I want to know more about the book of Negroes. We need to talk about we're going to look into that. When is the book of Negroes coming out? Pennsylvania has a state-sponsored boarding school. That's good information to know. More states need state-sponsored boarding schools. I think so. In Africa, the one thing that I was able to do when I went to Africa, I was able to see schools and hospitals, medical centers or clinics or so forth. And to them, it's completely normal for their children to go to boarding schools. Here, you look at someone like, oh, you don't want to take care of your kids. But in Africa, it's completely normal to raise your children, send them off to a boarding school, and they come home for holidays and summer breaks and different breaks that the school has. But here, we always consider it weird. I think it's probably more conducive to learning for children to be in boarding schools. In Africa, it is normal. Here, we think that it's weird that kids go to boarding school, but in Africa, it's just a way of life. They go to boarding school. They go away to school, and they go, like, again, I said, they go home for different other things. He's in to buy them hats. Girl, I'm not supposed to play with you today, Miss AK.
It's the 21st, the grand finale of Leo season. Haitian Revolution Day, Nat Turner Revolution Day, George Jackson Revolution Day, birth of Black Jesus, and birth of King Kong Consciousness Day.
Okay, who is Black Jesus? That's another one of my questions. Who is Black Jesus, and where can we find him? Because I want to know why Black Jesus allowed you, Umar Johnson, to get on here and make yourself look kind of cuckoo. But we're gonna move right
We're
on.
still working on the renovations, brothers and sisters. We're gonna rekey them classroom doors. We're gonna lay this tile down, and we're gonna apply for the certificate of occupancy. Do anybody got a problem with what I just said?
Yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem. Come here, boy. Come here. You should have already occupied that building by now. But since you wanna play whatever you playing, we're gonna let you play. Anywho, y'all, this is his actual YouTube page. It is called, let me see what it is called. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna remove him from my page. This is his page. It is called The Prince of Pan-Africanism. Okay, that is his page. You can find it on the YouTubers. He's out there. He does he's an open grifter. He's just not back behind closed doors grifting. He grifts openly. All right, which most people do. They grift openly. Let's go here and listen to this one too while we're at it. Let me put this in thingamajiggy. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm pulling up another one. We're going. While we doing
all lies will be exposed. That's all.
You hear that?
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
That's it. Okay, you guys. He did this one 2 days ago where he decided that he had other things he wanted to talk about again. Let's see. Why is it not showing up that I'm sharing? Oh, here it goes. All right. Let's go.
FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So, not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist.
Not only are the accounts frozen, but you make sure you send me that money. We're gonna find another way to get it. Send it to my PayPal, because I can take that. I'll put it on a little card and run over here and spend it. But I'm still gonna grift. You make sure you send me that money. That's what you do. You better have my money. Let's see what y'all talk about over here. I looked it up and this is what I found. The story of Aminatou Diallo, a West African girl kidnapped in slavery who survived a journey through the Atlantic slave trade, the American Revolution, and eventually resettlement in Nova Scotia. Baby, that's the book. Okay. But I think his book of Negroes is something totally different. I think so too, Miss AKA. I just can't. I guess it's not published, just like that school isn't finished. I might be behind, but this is Black Jesus his talk about on the TV show. Maybe so. I was thinking that it may be the Black Jesus from Good Times. Remember they had Ned the Wino up? They had made him into Black Jesus. So I don't know. I don't know why the next everything he do is massive. You must not follow Dr. Umar Johnson. Everything he does. Okay, thank you, Butterfly, for even listening, baby. Keep packing, because I know you got a lot of things. Keep packing and listen. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm listening because the new context not agree with my. Oh, you don't know Umar Johnson? Girl, well, I wish Butterfly was on here. I bet she know who he is. I'm actually just hearing about this man. Oh my Lord, y'all don't know about Umar Johnson? This man talks about everybody. You ever heard the term snow bunnies? I believe he probably is the one who coined it. He actually believes that blacks should only marry blacks. He believes that he has a lot of different beliefs. He's out there. He's on the ledge all by himself. Allegedly, he's out there by himself. I don't know. Yeah, I hope everybody liked the video as well. I never heard y'all talk about him. Really, girl, Umar is something else. I just really got okay. Well, Umar Johnson's been in the news. He's been on several what do you want to call it? Like he's been with Roland Martin. He's done some conversations with Jesse Jackson. Umar's been around for a while. He ain't new to this. Yeah, where are y'all been? See Symmetry? I knew I wasn't the only one that had heard of Umar Jackson. He's on his own little spectrum by himself, a blank girl. I don't know what. I honestly don't know what he's doing. I really don't. I'm honest with you. I don't know what Umar's thing is. Let's see if I can add her in. There we go. Are you there? There we go.
I'm here. Salutations. I gotta be real quick because I'm packing. I gotta pack, but I gotta be real quick. Not only do I know who he is, how about I met him in person? He autographed my book, took a picture with him. All of this before he blew up. Now, mind you, I met him through a girlfriend of mine who she was into like a lot of activism stuff. So she had heard about him. So he had and this was like in a little house. You know what I'm saying? It's like a community type thing. It was a little house. I have a picture with him and everything. If I could get back into my old Instagram, baby, I can find the picture I took with the man. Got his book and everything, signed it. And this is before he even blew up.
Wow.
Yes.
Find that picture and share it.
Yes, I will. I definitely know who Umar Johnson is. I'm so surprised some people in the chat don't. But all right, I love you, babe. I'm here listening. I got it back. I love you, guys. Hey, everybody.
Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate that. Yes. What you said, Butterfly drops the mic again. I'm gonna need it. Right. Right. So yeah, Umar Johnson, he is, when I say a piece of work, he's a piece of work. This man, we're gonna go a little deeper into it, but this man actually lives in Section 8 housing with his grandmother. Grifter. That's when I say grifter, baby, he is grifting. He actually is his grandmother's, I want to say POA, her responsible party, but he lives, his address is actually her Section 8 apartment. That's where he lives. They've said something about him being married. I'm not sure if he's actually married, but let's go ahead and listen to what else he's saying about the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy and what's going on with it.
PayPal.me/Umar the psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar. 215-989-9858.
You heard me, Miss AKA. He live with his granny. He's a power of attorney, and he lives in, from my understanding, she's probably up in age, right? It maybe have a diagnosis of dementia. I'm not sure. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but from what I understand and what I've heard, what I've read, he is her power of attorney and he lives in Section 8 housing with her. And if you don't believe me, I'll play the audio of his nephew telling it. The pop-up queen girl, I love when she pops up. I love it. I thought he was too, but the nephew did a live with a gentleman 2 days ago and said that Umar was living with his granny in Section 8 housing. Now, if it's a lie, his nephew told it. Love you, butterfly. Yes. That may be all and well and true, but he's taking advantage. He's definitely taking advantage of the situation. When I say taking advantage, baby, he is beyond taking advantage. Let's go and listen to what else he got to say.
215-989-9858.
Yeah, make sure I send that paper.
On August the 5th, brothers and sisters. On August the 5th.
Repeat.
The city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified.
Okay. All right. Back. Now, most of us know that if you're property owners or if you, have dealt with property, that liens are normally taken out when you owe a debt, right? So if you owe a debt, they take a lien out. This man apparently bought this property in 2014. We just Googled that and we realized he purchased it, the Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey campus in 2014. So in 2014, he purchased this property and he has not paid anything. Okay. He said they've been remodeling it. I believe what I read is that an unoccupied commercial building pays a fine of, I think, $5,000 a year. So that may be the reason why it is so much, because I think it was like $40,000. So they took out a lien, but this building is up for auction. It's just not a lien. The building is he's actually going to lose this if he doesn't do a short sale. Let's see what else is. Thought you're going to blank that part out. We don't condone scamming. Girl, he's scamming. Sounds like Umar is a deadbeat that's showing adults it's okay to be. Exactly. And to me, the sad part living for me is he's a whole doctor. He has a whole PhD, although his dissertation is weird. Because I listened to it yesterday because it's out there on the internet as well. Dissertations are normally published, so you can read his dissertation. His dissertation was done about Black folk in all actuality, and I believe he had a difficulty getting the dissertation passed. So it took him a few tries to get it passed. Did he not pay something? Because that's the only way exactly. Apparently he paid nothing other than to purchase the building. Because number one, if he had done everything properly under a 501c3, which is a nonprofit status, he wouldn't have to pay any other taxes, right? But in the state of Delaware, you have to have occupancy. You have to register as, that you occupy the premises. He never took care of any of those things, right? So the building is just a building. It's not registered. There's no LLC registered. There's nothing. This man's just been out here telling us that he allegedly has this Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey property or a school, but it's not registered with the state. Neither is there a nonprofit that's registered with the state. So that's why the fines have begun to add up. So what does he think? He doesn't have to pay until apparently, I don't know what he thinks. I really don't know what he thinks. But let's get back and see what else he's talking about. I ain't gonna play all of this. Just so.
Of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email.
Girl, they do not take your property for liens without no. They tell you, you owe us, you owe us, you owe us. There are bills coming in your mail. I bet your mailbox is full. These are blank index cards. Full of mail. And I guarantee you, your mail says lien, 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 bill, tax bill, tax bill. You got to open it up. You got to take one of those cutters or your finger and rip that paper open, and you got to read it. It's like you read those books when you was in school. You got to read it and realize no one puts a lien out on anything without first notifying that you owe them. No one does. The IRS don't come after your money at the unless they done told you several times you got X, Y, and Z date to get this done. You got X, Y, and Z date to pay us. You got X, Y, and Z, and you did none of those things. That's why they did it. I'm supposed to be in this funeral home. Oh, Lord, girl, go on in that funeral home. Oh, Jesus, go on in there.
This past weekend, without a letter in the mail. This past weekend, without a phone call. The city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying?
Let's see, sisters and brothers. Maybe you didn't give them the correct address. Maybe you didn't give them the address. Maybe you don't want them to know you stay in your grandmother's Section 8 apartment. Who knows? Who knows why they didn't notify you? But we all know that bills come out normally monthly, and you have to take care of them then. Overdue, past due, pay us now, sir. If you wanted in Spanish, girl, exactly. I don't believe you was not notified. I don't believe he wasn't notified.
To sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen. Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Could
it be that your accounts are frozen because they're going to sell your property and they want to recoup some of their money? Could that be? I don't know. That could be the reason.
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs?
Oh.
They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door.
Instead, they put a notice on the door. Normally, when you evict someone, that's what you do. You put it on the door. They normally stamp the door. Stamp the door. That's what they normally do. Coincidence. I can't remember that what show, but it is a definitely that. It is definitely coincidence, honey.
Door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications.
What?
And sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers.
That showed me.
Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers.
You don't say.
But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters.
The struggle streamers. Someone stole it and sent it to the struggle streamers. You struggle streamers.
Stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion.
Okay, repeat.
I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe
Repeat.
that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out.
Oh.
I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no.
He called it struggle streamers. So maybe that's a YouTubian. She says that's like YouTube reptile. Exactly. So him speaking in an activist voice does not mean you tell the truth. Exactly. It does. And that's unfortunate because a lot of women who really thought he was doing something good donated to this cause because they thought, here's a man, because he says he only has daughters. That's what he says. I don't know what he got because I ain't got no kids by the man. I don't know what he do. He said he only has daughters. And a lot of what he said, it was a sacrifice for him because he was doing this because he wanted to uplift men. So he created this school for men, boys. So in the meantime, you took money from women, I'm sure some single, and we do know Black women are the highest earners when it comes to the race. So the women who donated money to him, and he's been donated quite a bit of money. He's written several books. He's done a lot of good, right? But in the middle of some of the good, because he does get out here and he does speaking engagements, this school was just not that part of that good. And I think it was just a big grift. He did buy the building. But at this point, you just cut your losses just right in the middle and do a short sale and get rid of the building and take that money and maybe put in some type of nonprofit to help some disadvantaged youth. But at this point, girl, ain't gonna be no school. The school, it's a wrap. The school is over.
Email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door.
What does the fact that it's in a low-income neighborhood have to do with them putting a notice on the door? Somebody please help me with that one, because that to me is confusing. But let's go back to listen to what he said.
With a rubber band and masking tape.
Anyone who checks gets results. I went to the site and entered some basic information like car year, make, and model. It's so...
Brothers and sisters, it gets worse. Back in April, when I found out about the overdue vacant property registration fees, I had asked the city of Wilmington if they could retroactively apply.
Wait a minute. Did he just say that he knew in April that there were overdue fees that needed to be paid? So in April, he was very much aware that there was some debt that needed to be resolved.
Our nonprofit waiver. According to the nonprofit waiver for the city of Wilmington, if you are a nonprofit organization, they will waive your vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If you are a nonprofit organization in the city of Wilmington, they will waive your nonprofit vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If they
Okay, here's how that works when you are a nonprofit. You have to register in your state as a nonprofit. Not only do you have to register in your state as a nonprofit, every single year, you have to file your taxes as a nonprofit, letting them know what revenue you have collected, where it's gone, what's gone out, what's come in, all of that. You have to do it. It just is law. If you don't have a 501c3, you don't do your taxes, You're not a nonprofit. Sorry to bust your bubble.
Would have applied our nonprofit vacant property registration waiver, we would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. But I asked them, and they ignored my emails for 4 months. They ignored my phone calls for.
Okay, so let's go back. So we owe a tax, but we found out in April. It's now August. And he said that on August the 5th, they froze his account. I'm just trying to add up, see if I can get 2 and 2 to equal 4. In April, May, June, July, August. So let's say that was, let's just round it off. Let's say 4 or 5 months. We're gonna make it real simple for him. So you have 4 to 5 months to figure out how this bill was going to be taken care of. But no one told you. They just went out to the school, put a piece of paper, wrapped a little rubber band around it on the door. Let's move forward.
4 months. They ignored our emails for 4 months. They ignored our phone calls for 4 months. And instead,
that's when you get your bahoochie up and go to the building and open it up and go say, I need to speak with Joe Blow Blue about my bill. That's what you do when you take care of business, right? You own something and you got a bill, you got a tax bill. Sometimes you got to go to the place to take care of business. You weren't trying to take care of business, but let's go back to what else you got to say, because you don't keep telling
the first time I hear from them
allegedly
since April. The first time I hear from them since contacting them April, asking them to apply our vacant property registration fee waiver to the past 4 years so we would owe absolutely nothing. They ignored me since April. They ignored me since April. No phone call.
I would ignore you since April too. I would ignore you when you don't, because I'm sure whatever that letter said, it gave you the proper way to do it. And I'm sure an email was not that way. But hey, who am I to judge? Allegedly.
No email, nothing in the postal mail since April. And the first thing we find out, the first time we hear from them since April, is a letter on the front door of the school, affixed with a rubber band and masking tape.
My God.
A rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes.
My Jesus.
We already paid $30,000 for water that we don't even use. We just paid $30,000 to the city of Wilmington for water that we don't even use. And then,
so he asked his constituents, or his Pan-Africanism faithful list, I think is what he calls them, to help him donate for $30,000. Don't this sound like somebody that we be watching on the anyway, girl, let me shut up. He asked him to donate $30,000 so that he could pay off this water bill. But the city, he just said the city they put a lien against the buildings for unpaid occupancy taxes and utilities. So that means the water was included, because light bill is totally different. I guarantee you it's the water. Who don't use water? They're not in the building. The building's vacant. That's what he's saying, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. He got Miss AKA, too many excuses as to why he has not handled up on business. That school is not moving forward, allegedly, because you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, buddy. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. You did not handle business. You've had this building since 2014. Renovations. You telling me it took you 11 years to renovate a building. If you didn't have the money, but you've been out here grifting and collecting money for years, you should have had the money by now, allegedly.
Now we got to pay another $30,000 for vacant property registration fees that we shouldn't even owe because we should have a waiver. We should have a waiver. We should have a waiver. And it gets worse, brothers and sisters. It gets worse because they are raising the vacant property registration fee. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. I'm going to say it again. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. Brothers and sisters, I want y'all to get ready for a protest.
We're not protesting. We're going to pray for you. We're going to ask God to work on your behalf and help you stop lying, allegedly. Because you out here telling big tall tales, big tall tales. At the end of the day, you just said in another video that you were still remodeling. Y'all were going to go put some tile on the floor, and then you were going to apply for occupancy. Why aren't you occupying the building? Why? These people been on your head top for the longest about this school, and you continue to do the same thing. Baby, we're not doing no uprising. Exactly. He's a BUM. Exactly. Who was we? Baby, my eyes trying to focus because he got me. Exactly, baby. We're not just doing no uprising. We're not just protest. We ain't fit boycott. We ain't just run around in circles. We ain't just drop it like it's hot. We just do none of that. We're not gonna do none of that because you've had the opportunity to handle business and you didn't handle business. We're gonna listen just a little bit more and then we're gonna just cut out because I'm tired of listening to him.
All FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest.
No, we ain't doing it.
We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory treatment. Why did we get no notification that y'all were going to sell our schools? Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver?
Why is he asking us like we know? We don't know. We don't know why they did you like that. What we do know is them people want their money. You better have their money. That's what they saying. You better have my money or we're going to have this building. It's our building now. What Debo say is my chain. It's my chain. Yeah, I think I just feel like Brother Umar has run his course. I believe that he I believe that it's over. I can't say it's over allegedly, but I just don't see him recovering from what he's doing, what he's done, rather. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna look for something else. We're gonna go over to the ticky-tacky. And I stay at the ticky-tacky. I'm gonna take y'all with me and we're gonna just scroll through and see what we can find over here on the ticky-tacky. I wonder what clause exactly. That's how unimportant it is, right? How unimportant he is and all this craziness that he does. Let's see what's on the ticky-tacky.
I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense.
Child. He didn't take a nap. Everybody wrong but him. You know, have you ever met people that something is wrong with everybody but them? It's anything that happens is your fault, it's his fault, it's never their fault. People, they refuse to take accountability for what they do wrong, just chap my heart. Anyway, well, here's what we do know. Let's do a recap. All of this is alleged, in my opinion. Umar Johnson, I think GoFundYutundi is how he pronounces it, and it's GoFund. Tunde is how he spells his last name that he's now use. I don't know, child. He's the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You can find him on the YouTube under that name, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. He had a school called the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, FDMG. It's located in Wilmington, Delaware. On August the 5th, they froze all of his checking accounts, his checking account and the school's checking account, and they still have it frozen. They're not willing to give up any money. The city of Wilmington has put a lien on the building, and they have it up for auction. So he's known about the fact that they wanted their money since the month of April. It is now August, and they put a notice on the building on the doorknob and affixed it with masking tape and a rubber band. The vacant property fees, registration fees are going from $5,000 a month to $12,000. $12,000, $5,000 a year. I'm sorry, I misspoke. To $12,000 a year. And here's all I got to say about that. I don't care. You have lied long enough. It's over. The lies are over. It's over. It's over. I wish you well in whatever you got to do, but do something different.
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
That's it. It's all lies. All lies. All of them. All the lies. We got more lies to expose. More lies will be exposed. See, a lot of us be taking notes and keeping record for the lies, so that when the time comes, we just lay them out there. Let's see what else y'all talk about. The ghetto, they use good old gray tape. Girl, what you talking about? They should have used some duct tape, some permanent. What's that? Gorilla Glue tape. They should have used that on the door and just left it there, the Gorilla Glue, because child, that's way too much. And in the beginning, I called Cat Williams a snitch. You know what? I don't know. I'm a Cat Williams fan. I giggled because I thought he is so funny. He is so funny. And he talked about Diddy and TD so I thought nothing would happen. And then when Diddy got arrested, I was like, that Cat Williams was on to something, baby. Cat Williams knew what he was talking about, and he tried to tell us. But we did not want to listen, or we didn't try to listen. But Cat Williams, he actually said that everything was going to be exposed. He said it'd be exposed in 2024. So it started in 2024 and it's just continuing. Because when I say the veil has come off of a lot of things that we didn't even realize existed, it definitely has been exposed.
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
That's it. All of them gonna be exposed. All right, let's go on over here to old Governor Newsom. I've never been one to just toot horns for governors or whatever, but I kind of like old Governor Newsom. I think what he said is worth every American listening to. Let's listen to Governor Newsom.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around. The rules do not apply to him. The most corrupt president in history. He doesn't believe in free enterprise, crony capitalism. He is wrecking this country, wrecking the economy. He's a lawless president. Wake up, America. Wake up to what's going on.
Wake up, America. Wake up, America. And it's, to me, kind of one of the sentiments. I was going to wait till tomorrow morning, and do this story. But I think I'm going to just touch on a little bit today. I have a nail appointment. And just a itty bitty bits. But I don't know if anybody else is paying attention to what's going on in America. Butterfly touched on it yesterday. And I had it on, on my list to talk about on my Saturday morning scoop. I am still going to talk about it on Saturday morning scoop, but to this extent, I want us to read something. Let me share my screen. I'm a very big Twitter. I love Twitter. That's one of my favorite spots to hide in. I don't really hide. I just go over there and have a good time. But I saw this on Twitter, and it really just helped me learn more about who we may be dealing with. Okay. Carl Matai, I believe is how you pronounce his name, talked about Donald Trump and this press briefing that he did. It's a picture of your president. Girl, anyway, moving right along. One by one, Trump, Bondi, and Hexet delivered major announcements and clues on what's coming next directly to the American people. Here's what you should know. No joke. It gets crazier the further you read. So when I ran across it at first, I started reading. I was like, what is he talking about? But let's listen.
The United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. And you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough. And they know what's happening. And they've done it before. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States. I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. And you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before.
When they do it before. Okay, Symmetry, I definitely will be reaching out to you, definitely, on Twitter and connecting. You see what my Twitter handle is. I'm Scrappy Doo over here. First, the federal takeover declaration. Trump invokes Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. DC police now under are now under the direct federal control. Attorney General Pam Bondi takes command. DEA's Terry Cole becomes interim commissioner. This is Liberation Day in DC, and we are going to, he did say take back DC. The Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced immediate action, 800 DC National Guard troops deploying to the streets, additional specialized units on standby, federal military backup if needed. They'll be strong, they'll be tough, and let's see what else.
Partners. This is nothing new for DOD, as the president noted, at the border.
Back to what we said.
Well, Mr. President, it's an honor to be here. And at your direction this morning, we've mobilized the DC National Guard. It'll be operationalized by the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, through the DC Guard. You will see them flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. They will be strong, they will be tough, and they will stand with their law enforcement partners. This is nothing new for DOD. As the president noted, at the border, we've got 10,000 troops down there who've been operating in defense cooperation areas, defense zones, where there's zero illegal crossings because of troops on strikers scanning the border. We've been protecting other people's borders for 20 years. It's about time we protect our own. And we're working with ICE and CBP. In Los Angeles, we did the same thing, working with the California National Guard.
If you listen, he's telling you where they're going, who we're going to take over next. California. He didn't give you a city, but California. So I don't know what that means, but we need to
ICE officers. ICE officers deserve to do their job and not be attacked. No, we will work alongside all DC police and federal law enforcement to ensure this city is safe. This city is beautiful. And as I always say about President Trump to the troops, he has their back. And my message to the National Guard and federal law enforcement in Washington is we have your back as well. Be tough, be strong. We're right behind you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Next, the third thing is the shocking crime statistics. Trump revealed DC's murder rate compared globally, 41 per 100,000, number one that we can find anywhere in the world, higher than Bogota, Colombia, and Mexico City. Car thefts doubled in 5 years. Carjackings more than tripled. Let's see what he did.
Much higher. This is much higher. The number of car thefts has doubled over the past 5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25 years, but they don't know what that means because it just goes back 25 years. Can't be worse.
Okay, I don't want to hear anything else here to say. The secret weekend operations. The federal surge was already underway. 500 federal agents deployed last week. FBI, ATF, DEA, Park Police, U.S. Marshal Service involved. Dozens of arrests made over the weekend. Criminal photos displayed at the briefing. I don't know if any of you guys saw, but they showed photos of little young African American boys who were arrested. And some were minors on this actual press conference. Number 5, the triggered incident. What sparked this unprecedented action, trigger warning, former Doge employee savagely beaten by a band of roving thugs after defending a young woman from an attempted carjacking, left dripping in blood with a broken nose and contusions. From my understanding, that allegedly that wasn't true. I don't know if it was true or not. I haven't looked into it. Number 6, the enforcement philosophy revealed. Trump's message to criminals: they fought back until you knock the blank out of them because it's the only language they understand. On protesters spitting at the police, you spit and we will hit, and they will get hit really hard or real hard. This is what this man is saying about the United States citizens. Number 7, the homeless camp elimination. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum's progress report. Over 70 homeless camps already removed since Trump's executive order. U.S. Park Police now allows to enforce the law. Trump, we're getting rid of the slums too. We have slums here. I will say this, in DC, when I visited there last year, they have a park that just has nothing but homeless in it. Tents, and it's pretty much centrally located to downtown DC. Excuse me. And of course, that's an eyesore, but you can't take away people's home without giving them somewhere else to go. At the end of the day, these are American citizens. They live in your country. You should do something for them that is feasible. You should give them a place to stay, even if it's just a dorm room. Not so much a dorm room, but what they used to have barracks in the Army, where they had all these cots and beds for these Army men to sleep in. You should do something like that so that these people can have somewhere to stay. When I was in Dubai, I did ask the gentleman, I said, I don't see homeless people on the street. He's the guy who was driving me, and he said, in Dubai, we don't have homeless. If you are homeless and you're not from here, he said, we normally send you back to your country. And if you're homeless and you live here, he said they have a building that they live in. So he took us by the high rises. I believe I have a couple of pictures of them. The high rises where they put their homeless in. Looks like a big, tall, if you've ever seen the Chicago projects before they tore them down, they look kind of like those Chicago projects. Let's see what else was said. The cash bail system overhaul. The Trump announced sweeping changes. Federal statute changes to eliminate cash bail. Every place where you have no cash bail is a disaster. Republican Congress support secured for passage will exempt beyond DC to other cities. So I just told you, kind of gave you a heads up. I'll be going here, here, and here. So those are things that we as Americans, I know a lot of us don't want to listen to what he's saying, but you need to listen so that you can be prepared for what's coming. He's telling you what he's going to do. He's not beating around the bush. He's telling you, I don't know why people don't take what he says as law. He said, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And he has done X, Y, and Z since he's been president. And he said he was going to do it. But then when it happens, Americans act like they are shocked. He said when he was campaigning, I am going to do it. Did you not think it was going to be done? If he said it, he's going to do it. Trust me. Number 9, the Putin summit bombshell. Trump revealed his Friday's plan. He's meeting with Vladimir Putin in Russia, except they're in Alaska. Okay. I'm going to be telling him you got to end this war. Land swapping negotiations expected. Pay attention to that last thing I just said. Land swapping negotiations expected. How many of you knew that Alaska used to be part of Russia? It used to belong to Russia. Land swapping expected. Pay attention. I'm not saying that's what's happening. That's what's happening today. But I want you to pay attention to what's going on. Okay. Number 10, the juvenile crime crackdown. Attorney General, U.S. Attorney Pirole's warning. Current system, violent juveniles go to family court and they get to do yoga and arts and craft. New approach, adult crimes deserve adult penalties. These kids understand we can't touch them because the laws are weak. As American citizens, again, we have to be aware of what's going on. There are the jails are full of African American men. They just are. We may never want to admit it. We hold 13% of the population in America, roughly 12 point something. So we'll just add it at 13. But how good are we when we are a big majority of the jail system in America? If let's say the prison system has 40% African American men. I'm just throwing numbers out there. 40% is a lot when you only make up 13% of the population in the world. You know what I'm saying? So we've got to try our best to deter this generation into doing what's right. I am all for crime reform. I am all for justice. I'm all for that. But in doing so, there's a lot of things that have to take place. One is we got to have jobs out here. So these people are not out here stealing to eat. Because believe it or not, the other day I was headed downtown and in the metropolitan city I live in, and there was a wreck on the freeway. So the freeway was completely shut down. I sat in this traffic. It took me exactly 45 minutes to go 2.5 miles to get to this exit. When I got to the exit, I got off and I went down this road, which is known for their homelessness. But the amount of homeless people I saw, because I haven't been downtown in a very long time, was amazing. They were on both sides of the street, up under the bridge. They are downtown. They're not in the central part of downtown, but they're on the outskirts of downtown. So you have to pass them to get to where you're going. And it's sad. It's sad. And how do you curb that population unless you do the things and the work to make them more prideful of where they stay? A lot of our homeless people are veterans. A lot of our homeless, there was an initiation done, I think, when Bush was president, baby Bush was president the last time, where he put out an initiative to get homeless veterans off the street. He gave money to the VA to go out and get them off the street. And they did. But you can't keep people off the street sometimes that don't want to be off the street. You train these veterans to live out here in the wilderness, and guess what? They consider the street the wilderness. And it's unfortunate. But you have mothers and you have children out here on the street who actually need somewhere to stay. Number 11, the national success numbers. FBI Director Kash Patel's enforcement update: 4,000 child victims identified, 33% increase this year, 15 kilograms of fentanyl seized, enough to kill 115 million Americans, 19,000 arrests in 2025, double last year's rate. Murder rates on track to be the lowest in U.S. history. And I do believe that we have had some success with with some of the crime, but I think there's a lot more to be done. But I don't think that locking people in jail for sleeping outside and being homeless is a reason to lock anybody up. I don't believe that is a reason to arrest anyone. Number 12, the legal authority limits. Trump can control DC police for 30 days initially under the Home Rule Act. Expansion required congressional notification. But Trump warned we would bring in the military if needed. Full takeover needs Congress to repeal the 1973 Home Rule Act. And we do know this, the courts have been stacked so that if he wants to eliminate rules and bills and laws, he can, because the courts have been stacked to do so. Number 13, why this all matters. This represents the most significant federal intervention in DC since 1973. First time Section 740 used for crime control. So this is the first time this has ever happened. Sets precedent for other cities. Trump mentioned LA and Chicago. Pay attention to that. Trump mentioned LA and Chicago. This man has kept his word on everything he said he was going to do. Test constituent level limits of federal versus local authority. So although to do what he's doing, you have to have Congress. We know that sometimes he has a way that he can get around Congress. He does what he wants to do. Could reshape urban policing nationwide. Trump, other cities are hopefully watching this. And I really believe that as humans, as we are, we need to pay attention. Period. We really need to be paying attention to what's going on. Carl Meta says, thanks for reading. What are your thoughts? Let me know below. If you enjoyed this post, follow me for more content on AI and politics. He talks a lot about AI, but I really appreciated the content that he did put out regarding that, because he actually broke down each one of everything that Trump talked about, all the bullet points. He broke it down so you could understand it. And then he put that section of the video so you could hear it. So if you want to read more about it, if you have a Twitter account, go to Twitter, look for that gentleman, and then read it. I think it's like, because he posts, when I say all day, every day. Read what he posted. His name is Carl Meta, Mehta. He has a verified account, so make sure it has the check marks. I think there are several people that are intimidating, that are acting like they are him. I don't know why I keep flipping my computer to the side. And follow him, because he's very knowledgeable. He's going to keep you updated. And he's not just giving you just what he believes. He's telling you what the actual facts are and letting you decide how you want to handle it from there. I want to say thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to play
all lies will be exposed. That's all.
That's it. All of them going to be exposed. All lies are going to be exposed, and I'm all for exposing lies. Thank you for joining me today for this live. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I am Lady Ro, and if no one told you today they love you, I love you, and there ain't a thing you can do about it. I will see you tomorrow morning. I think it's 7 a.m. for our Saturday morning scoop. I got some really good topics to talk about. I hope I am able to get it all done, because my little grandbaby's having his first birthday party, and I do decorating on the side, and I have a lot of decorations I got to get finished. Y'all have a great Friday evening. I got a nail appointment. I'm going to go grab some lunch because I'm off work today, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.